one of the harshest things I've seen, especially in today's era, where there's a lot of women today between the age of 30 and 45 are single, never been married, never had children, and they're very career oriented, they're very ambitious. They're on a high income. A lot of women today are miserable because they've worked their whole life to be successful, and because of sacrifices they made to become successful, to become masculine, to become independent, and the sacrifice and time they had to invest into career, they weren't be able to attract a man, and they weren't able to have kids, and now they're older now, and now most and like I said, and now because they're older, most guys, you guys are know most guys like to date younger girls. A lot of them are unhappy because and that's one of the things I always tell a lot of women is like be successful. But I would tell women like you majority men don't derive happiness from children and families than women do, and women don't derive happiness from success than men do. We're just biologically different. Like when you guys have kids, of course, am I gonna be happy that we if I have a kid? Yeah, of course, but there's a different type of happiness women feel when they have kids and when they start a family than men. And then the same thing with men. Like I don't mind staying at home. I don't mind watching the kids here and there and babysitting and raising my kids. But I find more joy going out there to the world and conquering shit and finding my working towards my goals and dreams and be successful. It just comes from our different biological differences. So and there's one thing I've seen. There's a whole demographic of women right now that were career oriented, like just like Leena. You told society's telling them, hey, don't worry about the family and the kids, go do your thing, and they did it. But then now they're like 30, 35, 40, and they don't have a kid in the family, and then they're looking back like, wow, I have all this success, but because like I said, as women, there's a yearning for you to for your own child, for a family. And for men, like we can just go be alone and work towards success 20, 30 years and don't be around people. It's like you seen the people in the STEM fields, they're like their social skills like it's terrible. They just in their cubicle working, like they don't want to no interaction. Is just that's how men are built. Like we're not meant for social. Like we just like to focus, do what we do, So like we can have no kids and we don't have to have a family, and we can still find a way to live our life with that. But for women, it's really the opposite. If you guys go towards success and you don't have a family and child, and that's the narrative I just noticed society pushing women today. And the one that I would say women is like, don't if you do meet that guy, that dream guy, if you do meet a good guy out there, don't don't put him to the side for your career, because there's a lot of women today that shows that they did that, and then now they're like now they're trying to freeze their eggs, now they're trying to look for a man, but it's like, but the problem with that is, especially when it comes to the dating market, the type of men they're looking for, they're always looking for their like the younger women. That's what I would say with that. That's just Anika, anything you want to say?
I actually have a question.
Go ahead. Yep, you have a question?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 30.
So it might be a generational thing, um, because I can't like fathom. Okay, so a perfect example is like when the pandemic happened
Mm-hmm.
and like no one has to work, no one has to work. We're just gonna give you money.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see any men going out there being like, no, but I want to provide for my family. It was like, cool, I got money. I'm gonna sit, chill, maybe help take care of the kids. Maybe I'll go to the gym. Like they didn't feel this need, this like biological need to provide when the government said, hey, we'll just give you money. Don't even worry about it. Don't sweat it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
how did you feel being, uh, I guess you would be, because we're Gen Z, I guess you would be a millennial.
Yeah.
Um, so being a millennial, what was what was going through your head when you were like when they said, "Hey, unemployment, you got it. We'll give you money." Did you feel this need to go out and provide or work or anything?
Oh, I didn't take it. I didn't take nothing. I didn't take no money. Never. Oh, I mean, that's just me personally. Like, I'm always being the type of person to go do things on my own and rely on myself. So yeah, I never took any kind of financial assistance from the government.
That's
Um,
good because most
but
people did.
Well, the thing is, even if those guys that did take it, right? It's just because like why it's like why would they go work when the government is giving you money? The whole purpose of providing and protecting is to find income. So if the government is giving you money to replace that lost income that we would have got if you went to work, it just makes sense to take it. It's there. But if that income stops, then what happens? And you will have to go back and go to work and figure it out. So I mean, yeah, I mean, just because like the government gave them money doesn't mean like, and the man doesn't want to provide or protect. No, it's just because why would you go to work and then with the government's going to give you the money and it's going to take care of your living and your finances? But people knew that eventually it's going to stop. So like if that stops and the money doesn't come in, then the man is going to go back into that biology, the provider protector is going to kick in, and you're going to have to go out there and make sure you take care of your family. You can't just leave your family back home and have no money, have no food. I don't know if that makes sense.
Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I had friends like that. Like when the pandemic hit, they were both working. They got laid off. They were looking for a job, but as soon as the government gave them that financial assistance, they're like, "Oh, we good," and they did, and they took advantage of it. It is free money. Like, why wouldn't you take it? If the government is willing to give out, shoot, take it. It's free money, but everybody knew that it's not long term. It's only short term, and then it's gonna stop coming, and they have to go back and go to work. And then my friends that when it did stop, when the financial assistance did stop coming in, then the first person that was expected to go to work was not the one, not the woman. It was the guy. The guy was like, the girl was like, "Hey, time for you to go get a job," and he was more than willing to do so. It's all right, yeah, I'm gonna go back to work. Yeah. So I don't think it's a generational thing. I just like biology is biology. It doesn't matter what generation you come from.